Here, beneath the ancient trees, the Druids spoke to nature itself. To the Druids, the oak forests were living temples of the gods. Here, beneath the ancient trees, the Druids spoke to nature itself.
On certain nights, when the moon rose high, sacred rituals would begin.
The forest would gather in silence as the Druids prepared their ceremony. One by one, the Druids emerged from the shadows of the forest.
Clad in simple robes, they walked with quiet purpose.
At the center of the forest lay a clearing known only to them. Here, beneath the full moon, the ancient rite would begin. At the center of the grove stood the oldest oak of the forest.
High among its branches grew the sacred mistletoe. To the Druids, this plant was a gift from the heavens.
Only under the proper moon could it be gathered. Tonight, the moon had risen at the sacred hour. From among them stepped the eldest of the Druids. In his hands he carried the ritual blade.
The sacred sickle was used only in ceremonies of the grove.
Above him, the mistletoe waited among the branches. With steady hands, the elder began his climb.
Every movement was part of an ancient tradition.
Tonight, it would be taken under the blessing of the moon. The elder raised the golden sickle toward the sacred branch.
The moonlight reflected across the sacred blade.
With careful precision, he began the ancient cut.
The sacred plant fell slowly from the branch.
Below, the Druids waited to receive the sacred gift. Carefully, the Druids stretched the white cloth beneath the tree. The sacred mistletoe must never touch the earth. At last, the sacred plant was received. For the Celts, this was a gift from the sky. Now the heart of the ritual could begin. The sacred mistletoe was carried to the stone altar.
The plant was placed upon the sacred stone.
Under the moon, the ancient prayers were about to begin. The Druids lifted their hands toward the night sky.
We call upon the ancient ones. Bless the earth, protect the grove. They call upon the spirits of earth, sky, and forest. Under the full moon, the blessing of nature.
The elder stepped forward to bless the sacred plant. He placed both hands above the mistletoe.
Ancient words were spoken to honor the balance of.
At that moment, the sacred ritual reached its height.
The blessing of the forest had been spoken.
One by one, the Druids lowered their arms.
The sacred mistletoe would now carry the blessing of nature.
Hail the moon, the stars, the ancient woods.
The sacred grove returned to quiet once more.
The ritual had ended beneath the ancient trees. Slowly, the Druids stepped back from the sacred stone.
The sacred mistletoe remained upon the altar.
One by one, the Druids disappeared into the forest.
The sacred oak watched over the empty grove.
Above the branches, the full moon continued its silent path.
The altar stone remained, where countless rituals had once been held. For generations, the Druids had guarded the ancient traditions.
The sacred grove stood unchanged beneath the night sky.
For the Celts, nature itself was the temple of the gods.
The Druids believed the forest held the wisdom of the earth.
Under the moon, the ancient traditions endured. And the sacred groves would remain part of their world. The sacred grove slowly faded back into darkness. For centuries, these forests held the sacred traditions of the Celts,
reinforcing the ancient belief that long before man made temples of stone, nature itself was profoundly sacred.
The Druids were guardians of this ancient world,